Well, hello again and welcome to our live Friday show. I'm Cheryl Miller. It is the year of the Earth Dog as the 13th annual China Fest is underway here in Richmond, celebrating the richness of Chinese culture and giving you a chance to explore it. They have a weekend full of activities planned, including a screening of the documentary Nine Man with award-winning filmmaker Ursula Leong. Ursula joins us this morning along with local event organizer Rose Chen. Good morning, ladies. Good to have you both here.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Rose, tell us about China Fest. This has been going on for a few years here in Richmond, and it gives us a great opportunity to immerse ourselves in Chinese culture.
Yes, we are really blessed with a lot of supports from corporate and foundation and audience. For the past 3 years, we have averaged 12,000 people show up at the programs at VMFA, the Family Day, and then the film screening and keynote speakers from all around the world to talk about China culture and current events. So we are becoming a signature event for Central Virginia, and we can't thank you enough. Your station has been wonderful and give us the necessary publicity.
It's been our pleasure to do that. This is the year of the Earth Dog, and you mentioned VMFA. Tomorrow is Family Day, and it's a free day for people to come. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on at the museum tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, we have to be operated a full day. We started with 3 hours, 4 hours, and now we are from 10 to 4:30. And there will be lion dance, live performance, and hands-on arts and crafts. You got to come and see it.
I know, you have to see it to believe it. There's
yes.
so much activity going on. And the activity this afternoon is the documentary screening. How did you find Miss Ursula and her film?
Well, I was introduced to her film by a friend at the University of Richmond. And then when I look into her film, the description is like, this is something I don't know. So I feel very, very, and also talk about the immigrants, you know, the assimilation and the identity issues and stuff. So I felt it's a very timely subject for us to consider. So we asked her, and she can come. I was so thrilled.
This is wonderful, and we do welcome you back to Virginia. You're a Virginia-born native, which is great to have you here. And you were telling me this is the first time the documentary will be screened in Virginia.
That's right. It's never screened in Virginia before. We've taken it across the country and into Canada, and we've never screened in Virginia. So today at 3 o'clock at the university, it'll be the very first time we'll screen for a Virginia audience.
And it's amazing because I watched the trailer yesterday, and I was not familiar with this sport at all. But it's more than sports. It's a cultural thing, isn't it?
It is, and one of the reasons I made the film is because people haven't heard of Nine Man. It's this amazing sport that's been played in Chinatowns across the U.S. and Canada since the 1930s. So it has this long, long history, and it's really been hidden in these enclaves in Chinatown. And part of the reason is because the sport is actually exclusive. At a certain point in time, Chinese in America were not treated very well and were sort of forced to self-isolate and gather in the ghettos of Chinatown. And now today in modern times, this sport has kept the community together, but it's also self-exclusionary. So Chinese people play, and 2/3 of the people in the sport have to be 100% Chinese. So this isolated space that's a safe space for the guys that play has become a little bit more hidden from public view, and a lot of people don't know the history.
And the sport itself is kind of like volleyball on steroids.
Exactly. It's a great way to describe it. We sometimes say it's a combination of like football and volleyball. If you watch basketball, you could compare it to like Duke basketball versus Rucker Park basketball. So they play oftentimes on the blacktop. They sweep aside whatever debris and glass and bottles are on the street, and they set up a net and they play. In DC, when they had the tournament last time, they played like right on the street with the Capitol in the background. It was really dramatic, and that's partially because of the roots of it are very. You know, pick up and play with whatever you've got. I mean, at the time that it started, it was laundry workers and restaurant workers who didn't have much to do and didn't have much time off, and they would go to the back lots of wherever they were working, and they would sweep aside whatever was there. They would string up a string between two trees, and they would take a towel and they would wrap it with a rope and make a ball out of it, and that's how they played. And sort of the spirit of that is what continues on today.
And 9-man comes from the fact that there's 9 men on each team.
Yeah, exactly. And men is there also.
Thing,
there women don't play 9-man actually, so it is an all-male game, and that's sort of important because the history of Chinese Americans in this country was that there was legislation in place that kept men who came here for work and opportunity from bringing their families, and so it was an almost all-male society for the Chinese community back in the day, and so this sport just emerged from this all-male bachelorhood society.
Well, people will have a chance to see that this afternoon. It is a fascinating look at Chinese culture and sports together, and it is, Rose, the year of the Earth Dog.
Yes,
and you've got the
Earth
Dog
here for you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I will treasure him and come by the museum tomorrow and see what's going on. Thank you both for coming in today.
We also brought you a copy of the film and
great.
some 9-man trading cards.
Oh,
Trading
that's
cards.
like real sport. It's got trading cards to go with it, and great because I watched the trailer and I wanted to see the film. The 13th annual China Fest continues this Sunday through this Sunday, February 11th. Ursula Liang's film 9-Man will be shown this afternoon at 3 o'clock at the UCrop Auditorium in the Robbins School of Business on the campus of the University of Richmond. China Fest Family Day at VMFA is tomorrow from 10 to 4:30, where admission is free. If you'd like to get a complete schedule of China Fest events, we'll post a link on our website by early this afternoon. Just go to WTVR.com/VTM. Thank you again, ladies. So nice to meet you. And Rose, good to see you again.
Thank you so much.